Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find links to Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff here. So basically what we're looking for within this move is further evidence that we actually have a B wave low here. So what I want to see here is I want to see this move but really, what I'd want to see is a bit of a deeper correction here. Either we're going to discuss the subwave count within here, but basically looking for something like a flat, or alternatively, looking for this move to complete and then seeing a bigger three wave move to the downside, finding support above this zone here, this 19,549. So that's what we're looking for if we are looking for this potential to continue to the upside, either towards this 1-to-1 area of this 31,859 or towards this zone of this 1618, which would be this 43,163 if we are actually looking to form a bigger trending move here. So we need to be aware this is a possibility, but we don't have confirmation for that. So we're talking about a couple of things in the previous video. We're talking about that possibility that that we could look to actually break down for a C wave. So it's going to be key what happens from the end of this move. We haven't actually managed to take this high yet, so we need to be cautious within this. Potentially, we could still see this develop as a five-wave move to the downside, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then we come back down for a C wave. Though the structure to the upside does seem like impulsive structure to me at the moment. Invalidation of that potential would come by actually breaking back above this 26,386, which is pretty much just where we are now. So it's probably going to invalidate pretty soon. So the thing is, what we could still get here, even if this doesn't have a direct sell off here, is we could potentially see something like this play out where we form a three wave move up and then we look to break down for this C wave. So we need to just be aware that this could still be within a corrective pattern. Alternatively, yeah, I mean, this could be the end here and we could be looking for the C wave. So we're going to discuss that now. Basically within this idea, but what we're looking for is the potential that we are looking for a bigger five wave move to the upside here. So the way I'm currently looking at it is that there's two ways of looking at this. Potentially we could argue wave one is actually completed into this high and we're looking for wave two, in which case there's a couple of things we need to look for here. We could look for that possibility that we are forming a flat correction in here, and we could actually look to come back down towards this zone here of this 21 or 22,704 to this 20,847. If it is a flat though, potentially this might fall short and could move rather towards the between the 50% and the 382. So I'm going to actually add this on here. So potentially between this 23,518 and this 22,704. So this would be an interesting zone if we do actually look to break down into that area as a flat. So we've actually just taken that high here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're going to go over this micro count in a minute. We were talking about this yesterday, that potentially, this could be a fourth wave, and then we could be looking to form a five wave move up here. Target for this is actually this 28,936 to this 27,353 area. If we are looking at this as a fifth wave, we're going to go over the subwaves, like I said. Potentially, we could look to move up into this zone, though really it has taken this wave 3 high, so it could technically be completed already, but the waves would indicate that we potentially still have some extension here. So what I'm looking for is whether we actually push up higher into this range here. So it's going to be important how we do so, because otherwise we could still get this basically as this is an A, this is a B, and then a C wave is a flat. So we're going to go over these two possibilities of the really short-term moves here. So let me come down into the 1 hourly here. The way that I was looking at this initially was basically that within this, we're looking for, if we are looking for this to be a fifth wave, what I would want to see here is I'd be looking for us to still be within this third wave. So the way that this structure is playing out here, I actually think that potentially this fifth wave's into here. Would be looking for a bigger move to the downside here, potentially towards this zone of this 25,704 to this 25,259. If we do find support within this zone one more time, potentially looking to retest this previous fourth wave area, Then we could look for an additional push to the upside towards this 2672. Actually, I need to adjust this target now. Towards this 26,681 to this 27,000 area. If we do move up there, what we would then be looking for would be that possibility that within this structure, we could actually look to find support again in the same zone of these previous fourth waves here, and then potentially look to push up one more time. And this could actually look to push us up towards this zone of this 27,767 to this 27,189. Obviously, this is provided we don't get any extensions. And then basically we could look to potentially move up into that area. So that would actually tie up with, if I just turn this back on, that would tie up with coming into this bigger box area that we talked about here, which is potentially that 28,936 to this 27,353. So this lower range here could be quite an interesting zone if we do continue to push up. So the key thing is here, we need to prove this by actually forming these additional fourth and fifth waves here. If we fail to do this, basically what we could just have is a three-wave structure here as a flat, and then we look to break down. So we're going to discuss that as well. So it's going to be key on the retracement here. When we do come down, I mean, this could extend out a little bit more here potentially. It's hard to say by the structure within here. Could be getting something like a diagonal here, or it's just extending out. But basically, what we'd want to do is hold that fourth wave location. Once this third wave ends, we want to hold that zone of that 236 to that 50%. If we fail to do so and we actually reject down off of it and we cross this 25,066, that would invalidate this potential of having these extensions to the upside here and potentially looking to actually move up towards this bigger zone within this 27,353 to this 28,936. So that's what I'm currently looking for here with the potential of looking for that short-term bullishness. The alternative is that within this, we could still see something develop in this manner where this is, instead of counting this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, we could potentially count this as an ABC into here. And then effectively within this, we're looking for that possibility of, let me just put this back to a regular one. We're looking for that possibility of actually coming up. The 1.618 of this would actually be this 26,602 of this move here as an A, B, and potentially a C for B wave. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. The typical zone for a rejection as a B wave is a flat. So we've actually taken this high now. So that would actually indicate to me that if this is going to be a flat, it's going to be either a running flat or a expanding flat. And what we'd be looking for is basically something like this to play out, a three-wave move up into this zone. You have this 27,405 to this 26,386, and then basically looking for a five-wave move. So the key thing is, yeah, some of these targets are quite similar. The key thing here would be what happens afterwards. So if we do actually break down from this zone in a five-wave move, something like this, potentially then either this could be so it depends, it could be a running flat if it is going to be a flat in which it's potentially going to stop towards this 0.618, which would be this 4,819, or if it's going to be an expanding flat, well, the running I suppose I need to adjust this target now, don't I? 1 second. So it would have changed slightly here. So this 24,912 would actually be that 618. And that would actually be a retest of this zone. So keep an eye on that. We just get a smaller five-wave move down here. We need to be cautious because if that does break back to the upside, then effectively we could have a running flat here, which would then indicate that we're potentially continuing this trend up here. So we'd have to keep an eye on that. Alternatively, what I'd be looking for is if we are going to have a expanding flat here, which would make a bit more sense to me, but sometimes the markets don't do what makes sense. But it would make more sense for me to have a bigger five-wave move, potentially down into this zone here of this 23,432 to this 22,561. So if we do break down in a five-wave move, the key thing is going to be what happens from that point here. If we then move up and take this high, then we can look at this whole move as a B wave correction. And basically that would then be potentially looking to take us into this zone here. If I turn this back on, into this support zone here, and this whole move would be a wave B or wave 2. And then from there we'd have to see how this plays out. If we move up towards this 35,508 potentially, then we could look at this as a third wave. However, if we only move up to this zone here of, I'm going to go with that 0.618. This 30,000 zone, potentially this could be a three-wave move, and then it could be that more complex correction that we talked about. So we're going to have to see what happens here. It's going to be key within this structure that if we do get a five-wave move, we're going to have to watch that move back to the upside. If it just plays out in a three-wave structure, then potentially, this could be setting us up for, like we were saying earlier, that possibility that we could either see this as an A, a B, and a C, a bigger ABC pattern, or alternatively, this could actually be a fifth wave completed into this high, and then this could then be a one, a two, and then we could look to break down deeper. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. If it develops as a zigzag, then basically what I would be looking for would be something like this, where we actually, I'm going to turn this flat off for a second, and we're going to go back to the breakout one. We'd be looking for that potential that, like I said here, potentially we are still within this fifth wave. If we do start to break down in a five-wave structure here, and we do get something like this, potentially we could be forming this wave 2 or this wave B. So we're going to have to keep an eye on what happens off the back of this. There is always the possibility that this could extend out, but there's nothing really indicating it at the moment. What I'd want to see is basically what happens after this move. If we find support again above this fourth wave at this 23,896, then potentially we can start talking about the possibility that we have this as a 1, 2, and then we're starting a third wave already. But yeah, there's nothing really indicating that that's playing out at the moment. And really, with that, we'd only get confirmation by having a much bigger push to the upside. If this is a completed wave 2 here, basically we'd have to move up past this 38,824 for confirmation. I would like this to become a little bit bigger, whether it's just a sideways move here or we get a bigger push down one more time. If we're looking for this bullish potential, I'd like to see this wave either complete here and then we form a different corrective structure, or we find this as a flat correction and form this as a bigger structure as a B wave from this high A, B, and then we come down in that C wave. That would be a neater way that they would start to make more sense then if we did get something like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out if you don't have an account. Using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care out there.